Hello to everyone. I am Vedant Gupta. I am currently I'm pursuing my MTech in aerospace engineering at IISc Bangalore. I secured all India rank of fifth in GATE Aerospace 2021. Currently, I am pursuing my coursework degree in aerospace engineering, as I mentioned, with a specialization in aerodynamics. Today, we have with us Sanjay, who is the current AIR-7 in GATE Aerospace. So, welcome, Sanjay. And
Thank you. Thank you, Vedant.
yeah, we'll begin with an introduction from your side. So, fire away.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sanjay. I'm from Trivandrum, Kerala. I completed my education up to higher secondary in Gujarat and currently pursuing my BTech in aerospace engineering from Amrita Vishwavidyapeetham, Coimbatore. I'm a final year student right now. And my area of interest include high-speed propulsion, aerodynamics, flight mechanics. And yes, I secured All India Rank 7 in GATE 2022 and All India Rank 113 in GATE 2021. That's all about me.
Okay, cool. So, I mean, obviously, it's pretty palpable, but just I want to hear it from you. How is the feeling after getting this?
So it feels great, and I feel very happy and overwhelmed. So it was an unforgettable moment of my life when I saw the result. So if you put right effort in right direction, it is possible, and I think that is what led to this result.
Okay, fantastic, fantastic. And yeah, I mean, I look forward to meeting you in person whenever
Yeah,
possible.
sure,
And yeah, we'll discuss a lot about our
definitely.
interests and everything. All right, so just a few other questions. So, what exactly was your GATE score, and out of 1,000, and the points you got out of 100 in the exam?
Yeah, so my GATE score was 850 out of 1000, and my marks were 68.33 out of 100.
Okay, nice. So, how did you find the GATE Aerospace paper this year?
Yeah, so the paper was kind of different compared to when you see the previous year question papers. So they follow a common trend, but this paper was, entirely different. They focused on both conceptual and numerical based questions. Like the questions are not pretty straightforward. As you apply the formula and you get the result. So you had to have your concepts very clear and on your fingertips. And
Right,
the paper was quite lengthy, so we
right,
need to have speed also to complete it on time.
right. And also about, as you mentioned, you got a pretty good rank in your third year attempt as well. So I mean,
Yes.
that's a very good starting point, and you can delve deeper into concepts and learn about your strengths and weaknesses. But still, as a matter of fact, I would like to know when did you start your preparation, and exactly when did you come across IGC in the preparation for GATE?
Yeah. So I started my preparation back in the second year when I was in my fourth semester. That's when I got to know about GATE through my professors. So I just went through the previous year question papers and syllabus and all. I felt I needed coaching.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just surfing on internet about good coaching institutes for aerospace engineering,
Right.
and I found IGC at the first place. I contacted Dinesh sir right away,
Hmm.
and he guided me.
Okay. Very nice. Also, I mean, since we were on the topic, so you got pretty good ranks, as I mentioned, in third and obviously fourth year. You have gotten an amazing score.
Yes.
So, just about how did you manage all these things? How did you
Yeah.
manage the GATE exam and the related things? Just your mantra.
So I just started my preparation back in the second year. So I didn't actually. That's when they gave the eligibility to third years that they can
Hmm.
also attempt GATE exam.
Right.
So when I was third year, by the time I did not complete the syllabus at the first
Hmm.
place, so a lot of things was left unfinished,
Right.
and I just knew very few topics thoroughly.
Right.
But still, I managed to do those well. I made my strong areas more strong, and I just tried to study what I could in that short span of time.
Right.
And I attempted the paper very meticulously, as suggested by Dinesh sir from IGC.
Right.
So that's how I got a good rank in my third year. And after that, I analyzed my performance, and I understood where I went wrong and what silly mistakes I made and what I could improve much better. So I learned from my experience and again rectified all those mistakes and prepared afresh for the final year. And now I secured India ranks.
Nice. So yeah, essentially just work on your strengths
Yeah,
and at the same
exactly.
time don't leave your weaknesses. So good man. Right. So another point. I mean, since you mentioned that you contacted sir, so I just want to know about how do you feel about. Obviously, it is very good, but I just want to hear it from you that how do you feel about the guidance provided by IGC and also the material, the test series, and the staff and everything. If you can just tell us about it.
Okay, so first of all, I would like to thank IGC for my achievement, and IGC had played a very great role in my success. So I was connected with IGC for the past 2 years. In 2020 was when I joined IGC. I contacted Dinesh sir, and he guided me as to how to start my preparation in the third year itself.
Right.
So I took assignments from them. So
Right.
the assignments were of very good quality. So the questions were in quite depth. A lot of questions were there from each and every topic, and it almost spanned the entire curriculum.
Right.
So there were a lot of assignments. I tried each of them. I would finish a topic and I would immediately go do the assignment. And then later on in my third year, I also got test series from IGC.
Right.
So that was a very powerful tool, which I believe helped me get a very good rank. Because in the last 2-3 months, I relied completely on the test series.
Right.
I finished my syllabus close to Jan, and then I only did, I only relied on the test series.
Right.
So in test series, there were topic-wise tests, subject-wise tests, and full-length mock tests.
Right.
So as you finish each topic, you can just go and take the topic-wise tests. You can, find in which topics you're strong on and where you are weak. And then once you finish each subject, you can take the subject-wise tests, and then you can club few subjects and take a module-wise test. And finally, when you feel confidence on that you have completed the syllabus, you can actually take the full-length mock tests. So I took around 10 full-length mock tests given by IGC. So that helped me, understand again my strengths and weaknesses and what kind of mistakes I was doing,
Right.
and I learned from each and every test.
Right.
So that's what helped me to gain the confidence to attempt the actual exam. So
Right.
in this way, IGC helped.
Right. So also, I think one more thing. I mean, obviously, we had those nicely structured exams, and
Yes.
they really shape our
Yes, the one thing I liked about that was the questions were not at all repeated. So
correct.
we had around 85 tests, and none of the questions were repeated, and the questions were of different varieties from different corners of the subject.
Right.
And another thing is that they didn't provide solution for the test series. That
Ah.
really was nice because that actually motivated us to go find the solution, go open the book, go refer the textbook, and then
Hmm.
explore deeper. So
Yeah, that
that
is
yes.
indeed a good point because
Yes, so we don't rely exactly on the solution and we go
right.
learn even more.
Right, and also adding to these points, I also pretty well recollect the doubt forums, the
Yes,
groups. I mean,
exactly.
I in
Yes,
my preparation also that was a big help because in this way you learn amongst yourselves, and even if you are still not able to read the solution, you can ask the teachers. And I think that was also a really
yeah,
good thing. You
that
need to
was
be
a
active.
really good platform. Yeah, so they had this online doubts forum, so where
Right.
everyone was so enthusiastic to
Yeah.
answer each other's doubts, and you get the doubt and reply to your doubts timely, and then
Right.
they are also answered by the faculties,
Right.
subject experts. So that was really helpful, that doubt session.
Indeed. So I think you pretty well summed up about the tests and about your strategy while in a qualitative way. But I just want to know about the time when you were completing your syllabus. So what was your approach to completing the syllabus? Because that is also
Yes.
a very important thing to cover all the points that is given in the syllabus. So talk me through that, please.
Yeah. So my strategy was like I would I referred to the standard reference books that every GATE aspirant used to. So I would just touch upon a topic. I would first completely refer to the topic from the standard reference book, and then I would solve problems, as many problems as possible. So it's either from the assignments or from previous year questions, and then I would actually take I would take the topic wise test. So I would not take the test as soon as I finish the topic. I would actually finish few topics at a stretch, and then I would take the test of the topic which I finished first, so that I remember, yeah, so that I remember the formula and I remember that topic. And then another thing was I made short notes for
That
every
is
topic,
important.
and my short notes was around about some 20 to 30 pages, so which helped me in a better revision towards the end, towards the GATE exam. So I could revise the entire syllabus
Right.
in around some 40 minutes with my short notes.
Oh,
So
amazing.
I don't write everything in my short notes. I just used to write very important points, very important formulae, and say some assumptions or some important bullet points I used to write in my short notes.
Right.
And then, as I said, I gave regular test series, regular tests, topic-wise tests, and in between, due to the academic, tight academic schedule, I could not give all the tests. But towards the end, last 2 3 months, I completely, gave the tests and gained better confidence.
Right.
Yeah, that's how I finished the syllabus. And also, other thing is I used to discuss with my friends a lot.
Right.
So that healthy discussion with my peers also helped me. And I also used to go teach my classmates. I used to learn from them, and I used to teach them. I used to teach others who were weak in some areas, and I also used to get taught from them. So that mutual sharing of knowledge also helped me very much.
Correct. And
So
also in the middle, you mentioned about the notes. I think that's a very important thing because generally, even initially, me, when I was starting my preparation, I just asked my seniors for the notes. I thought
okay.
that will be an easy way out. Everything is cooked in front of you. But I think that's a very important thing that you make your own notes because then you are more in touch with the topic
Yes.
and it will be a better,
Yes.
it will be a more structured way
Because
of.
when you write, that gets printed on your mind, and then
Correct.
you remember the formula for a long time. When
Exactly.
borrow things from others, it's like actually they have written, and
Right.
then you just have to memorize again. So it's
Right.
a memorizing job.
I think it's okay to look at some notes, but yeah, one aspirant
Yes.
should always try to from scratch fabricate their own notes.
Exactly.
Right. So moving on, one unique question rather. What was the toughest point, and what was the toughest aspect in your preparation?
Okay, so
Toughest
the
point.
first aspect of the preparation was the remembering part. So I was not very good at remembering things for a longer time. So there were quite a lot of formulae, and we had variety of subjects to remember. A lot of small things which they could ask theoretical question.
Right.
So that remembering part was a challenging thing in my GATE preparation.
Hmm.
So for that, as I said, my short notes help me, and regular tests also help me. And
Right.
then, as you know, this is a long journey, like a 1 year long preparation. So you need to stay motivated.
Correct.
So sometimes I used to get demotivated. Sometimes, like I had only this option in front of me.
Right.
So you thought, if not this, then what? So some demotivation was also, kept me down at
It's the
sometimes.
part of a process actually. It's
Yes,
okay.
that's the part.
It's absolutely okay to feel low,
Yes,
but at the same time, you should be, enthused about it and just
yes, yes.
get up
Yeah,
and get going. So yeah, that's a good point that you need to be strong and you need to be, you need to have the belief. So that's a
yes,
very crucial thing. So okay,
exactly.
so as you mentioned, when you feel down, so that's another thing I had discussed with other students that there is a very important thing that you de-stress and
Yes,
you should take out some time to do something which rejuvenates. So for me it was mostly some exercise, some jogging, some going out just like that with friends, just hanging out for half an hour, coming back and studying. So what was your kind of de-stressing or unwinding activity that you used to do, and how would you motivate others to follow such activities?
okay. There was no very specific kind of thing I followed to de-stress myself. But as I mentioned, it's 1 year long long preparation, so you need to stay motivated. So whenever I used to get demotivated, I used to watch some YouTube videos, some motivational videos. I used to get inspiration,
Right.
and then I used to listen to some songs or something. And then, as I said, teaching was one of my hobbies. So I used to go teach my friends, and I used to motivate them in turn to write GATE and things.
Right.
So that actually helped me to de-stress myself.
Right.
And I managed my day accordingly so that I don't overstress myself.
Right.
And I, at the same time, I also make sure that I study sufficiently for the day.
Right, and also another thing is that especially during the last month when I was just focusing on the full mock tests and some just revision of topics, so I always try to tell people that even during that time you need to do something to keep your spirits up. So even in the
Yes.
last month, so yeah, I think that's a very important thing, and
Yeah, that's
one should be very mindful of that.
that's
Okay,
actually the rank deciding,
exactly, yeah, true, very true. So, well, being myself being associated with IGC, I have observed that they are not just there for GATE only. I mean, they were there for helping me out while I was applying to colleges. Also, while other things, I used to discuss a few projects also sometimes with not only faculties but the friends I made at IGC. So in all, how would you reflect upon how IGC has tried to improve your basically engineering abilities, or basically how has IGC made you a better aerospace engineer?
Okay, so yeah, I also do agree that IGC is not just about gate preparation. So they do things far beyond that.
Yeah.
So as far as I know, as far as I've been connected to IGC in the 2 years, since this 2 years, what I've observed is they do organize some motivational sessions from industry experts and subject experts who would guide us. What is the situation and what is the kind of knowledge and things you are expected to have when you join the industry, or based on your interests and your choice, whether should you pursue masters or you should go for a job. So such motivational sessions and informative sessions actually helps us gain knowledge and more broader perspective on aerospace engineering.
Right.
So such sessions organized by IGC were of great help. And then they do have something known as post-gate guidance sessions
Yeah.
after the gate exams. That was really helpful because once you have a gate score, if you don't know how to use it, then the score is of no use. So
No
they
use.
do they do guide us step by step as to what are the available options on your score and how to approach them, how to approach an institute and how to get admission. So till you get an admission, they'll be behind you and they'll be guiding you at each and every step. So that way, IGC was far more beyond gate
Yeah,
preparation.
I remember initially when after my GATE score, or even after GATE, I was pretty sure that I wanted to do MTech, and I never laid much thought on something like PhD or anything. But
Okay.
in some of the few post GATE sessions, few alumni of IGC, uh, they used to come and discuss about these possibilities as well. So, I
Yeah.
mean, okay, I was pretty sure of my MTech, but I used to get these insights of how is the world out there and how is life in IITs and IISc and everything.
Yes.
And not only just MTech, you get to know about PhD. Sometimes people used to come and discuss something about the research as well. So that was a
Exactly.
motivating thing, and being a very earnest engineer, it's really sort of food for your thought when you listen to people who are doing PhD on such serious topics.
Exactly.
So indeed, I think that's a very
Experience speaks better. So when they share
exactly.
their experience, we get motivated.
Exactly, exactly. Okay, so moving in that direction, I'd just like to briefly know about what do you plan to do after this milestone?
So as of now, my plan is to do MTech. So I
Hmm.
have applied to IISc. I'm not sure whether I'll get there or not. So as of now, MTech
Okay.
is my MTech is my future plan. And in due course of time, while doing MTech, if I get interest in a specialization, then I would go for PhD. Or else parallelly, I will be applying to PSU jobs like TRDO, HAL, and all.
Right.
So that's how I plan.
All right. All right. And yeah, I think again, I'll wish you all the best for that as well.
Thank
And
you.
moving towards the end, I think one last question which all the viewers would be really looking forward and to listening to from GATE Ranker is that what would be your advice to GATE aspirants for the next year? Not only aerospace, but in general, and also if you can just share some tips which will help them get through it.
Okay. So, in my opinion, people think that GATE exam is difficult. It's very difficult to crack. It's too technical. So let me tell you, it's that's not the case. If you put right effort in right direction at the right time, you can do it. It's possible, and that's how I've made it. And my suggestion or advice to the third years is that as third years are also eligible to write GATE. So please make use of this opportunity better. Don't just write this exam in the third year for experience. You can actually prepare well and get a good rank in the third year. Then you can be free of this in the final year. You
Relax
can
in
focus
fourth
on
year.
other things. Yeah. So that's very important thing that third years need to do. And for the aspirants who are in their final year, please consider this as your best chance and give it your best shot. So prepare in a strategic manner. You plan a particular strategy and implement it on time. And as I said, short notes and things are very important. So please make your own short notes and revise them periodically. Please take tests seriously, and tests actually give you the actual feel of the exam, and that will actually give you an overall idea as to how to attempt the paper, how to manage your time, and what are the other shortcut tricks to be followed in the exam to manage your time and all. So taking tests regularly and efficiently is very important. Also, it's not just about taking the test. After the test, you should do post-test analysis that what are your strong areas and what are the weak. Where should you improve, and what are the things you should take steps, or
Right.
what are the topics you need to cover up to be in line. So those things are very important. That's what I wanted to
Right.
advise.
Nicely summed up. Well, on that note, I'd like to end this session. And again, I congratulate you on the GATE rank. I hope to meet you soon. We'll discuss
Yeah,
other
sure.
things. And
Thank you.
yeah, all the best for your future
Thank
and
you.
for all the, I think, remaining part of BTech as well.
Yeah.
Pretty sure you'll do well. And yeah,
Thank
so
you.
thank
Thank
you
you so
so
much.
much.
I thank IGC and I congratulate the IGC toppers who have put in all their best efforts and got very good results. Thank you.
Nice. So yeah, again, thank you, and thank you to everyone who has tuned in. Well, looking forward to the future then. So bye bye.
Bye.